the fact is, in this country right now, the political atmosphere is too toxic. It's just too toxic. It's not healthy.
Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire is raising concerns over the growing toxicity in St. Lucia's political landscape. Hilaire, a long-time target of the United Workers' Party, has faced numerous legal battles to protect his reputation.
There are a lot of public servants, there are a lot of families, there are a lot of, children, whatnot, that should not be brought into that warfare, that political warfare, should not be brought in. And for me, for a fact, you draw certain lines. We go at each other, we blast each other, we beat up each other. Every now and then we step over the line and you pull back, because that's the nature of the dynamism of political contests. But there's certain things you just don't do.
Dr. Hilaire, who claims to have personally experienced the damaging effects of political hostility, is now calling for an end to the relentless attacks. His appeal comes on the heels of recent social media allegations about the Prime Minister Philippe Japier's daughter, who was drawn into the political crossfire with multiple attacks against her regarding her role at the Citizenship by Investment Unit.
I love a good debate. I love a good argument. And I don't have to get personal with you to debate. I can just argue with you on the basis of facts and on the basis of argument. But most times when people get personal like that, it's because they're so weak in their facts and in their arguments. They cannot stand up to you. So they go below the belt and they try and get nasty and they try to destroy your reputation. They try and make false accusations. Anytime you see people doing that, it's a weakness on their part.
But as Minister with responsibility for the CIP, will you or have you been satisfied with the performance of Ms. Pierre at the unit?
Miss Pierre? Who's Miss Pierre?
Miss Felicia Pierre.
Come on, Lisa. Obviously, everything I'm saying is lost on you.
No, Minister.
But let's talk about the walk. Let's talk about the walk.
No,
the walk yesterday showed that people are very satisfied with the performance of the government. Hold on. Very satisfied with the performance of the government. They show that they still support the government and that they want us to continue along the path.
As St. Lucia nears election season, political discourse has grown increasingly personal. The Deputy Prime Minister faced renewed inquiries about Prime Minister Philippe Japier's daughter's role at the Citizenship by Investment Unit. Dr. Hilaire maintained his stance, distinguishing between his ministerial duties and the daily operations of his portfolios. He emphasized his role as a policymaker, not a direct manager of each department's specifics.
Well, you just said to me a while ago, just moments ago, that you debate on the facts.
Yeah.
I'm just asking you if you have been satisfied with her performance at the unit.
Let me answer you differently. Let me answer you differently. And I assume that you're sensible enough, you're astute enough, you're knowledgeable enough. Do you really believe that me as minister would know of the performance of every staff member in every agency that falls under my portfolio? To even suggest you asking me that question reinforces the point that I'm making, that you have to be part of the solution. You cannot be part of the problem, because you would have known. It's like asking me whether the driver in the ministry, I'm satisfied with him.
Well,
hold on, please.
The position is a little bit higher.
No. Well, I don't even know. But you know better than that. You know better than that. So let's stay the course. You and I were having a discourse on how we can reduce the toxic nature of the discourse in our society right now. Let's talk more about how we can do that.
Dr. Hilaire has called for an end to the vitriol and personal attacks from supporters across the political spectrum.
Absolutely, Minister, and I agree.
But let's go back to the march. Let's go back to the walk of progress. 2 issues today. Carnival, tourism arrival numbers and the walk of progress. Were you happy with the walk of progress yesterday?
I watched the walk.
Did you walk?
No, unfortunately.
You probably should have. You'd have made a powerful statement if you walked yesterday.
No, don't worry, I'm all for progress.
No, well, you should have walked.
I'm all for progress.
And the next time we walk, I'll make sure you walk with me.
You did not take the opportunity to answer the question, because I thought it would have diffused the situation. Because certainly for because if
I think you're a lot wiser than that.
If her record is being called into question, then at least you had the opportunity to diffuse.
Lisa, if you're calling her record into question, Lisa,
I am not doing saying that.
Well,
Okay, thank you so much,
Lisa.
I never did that.
Dr. Hilaire,
I was just
please
giving
get
you the
back to
opportunity to
cabinet.
say that she
Lisa?
was well
Yeah,
suited
listen.
for the position. That's all.
Thank you very much, Lisa.
The Deputy Prime Minister wants more constructive and respectful political discourse, stressing the need for the repudiation of harmful and caustic rhetoric that fills the entire body politic with enmity. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.